Why should you become a barber? So many questions get asked about the industry that I'm in from friends and clients that are just looking into it. There's several good reasons to becoming a barber, but with every good reason, there could be a potential bad reason as well. Here's my top 5 reasons why you should become a barber. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the video. And if you haven't seen by the title, we are going to be talking about the top 5 reasons to why you should become a barber and why anybody could become a barber in that matter. One of the best industries out there as far as career-wise. Let's start with the cons, because I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. There's long hours when it comes to, this barbering thing. It's not easy. Like me, for instance, I run 12-hour days. Now, do I have to run those 12-hour days? No, I choose to. I just love it that much. I do really love the industry. There's not a lot of people out there that could say, oh, I want to work 12 hours, I want to do this. Yeah, there's some sacrifices that need to be made, but I also have goals that I'm trying to meet as well. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I, work the hours that I do work. Number 2, finding the right barbershop can be very, very difficult, especially when we have a market where it's oversaturated with barbershops because everybody wants to own their own barbershop eventually. And in most cases, most people don't have to own a barbershop. You can venture into other industries, and technically as a barber, you are an entrepreneur. You can create anything and everything that you really want to create. If you have a vision and you have a goal or a dream that you want to pursue, just go after it. Everybody thinks they're ready to open a barbershop, but in reality, they really are not ready for that. Myself included. Sometimes I feel like I'm not ready to open a barbershop, but I'm told on a regular basis that I should open one. Number 3, it's a people person business. If you're not a people person, this business may not be for you. Number 4, undervalued in the industry. And what I mean by that is, as barbers, we are considered undervalued. People don't see the value in spending a high dollar price point on a haircut. People still think that haircut prices should be at $10. They don't. Just doesn't make sense with inflation and the economy that we're in. It does not make any sense to have $10 haircuts anymore, $20 haircuts anymore. And honestly, sometimes I feel like $30 haircuts are not even worth it anymore. I remember when I used to get clippers for 50, 60 bucks. Now I can't even find a clipper for under $1.50 of high quality and of high caliber. So I don't know. I definitely do feel like that is a con in the industry where barbers do get treated differently and are highly undervalued. Number 5 is probably one of the biggest ones for me personally, where there's a lot of anxiety that comes from barbering. A lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of depression, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of that in the industry. And what I mean is the fact that you have to go out there and make a living for yourself, for your family, especially when you're trying to build a clientele. It can be very hard, especially in the beginning, and you're constantly worried about, man, did I mess up this person's hair? Did I do it good this time? There's a lot of different variables. Is my schedule gonna fill up this week? Is it not gonna fill up this week? Even as an experienced barber, I still deal with this, and I feel like it's definitely an ongoing issue that just comes with the career and everything else. I mean, I know a lot of people probably feel the same way. I mean, let me know what kind of anxiety you feel down in the comments below so I can hear from you. And hey, let's talk about it. Well, look, this is probably what you've been waiting for the whole video. I know I kind of rambled in the beginning. I had to give you the cons. I can't give you all the pros and then you not watch the whole video. But you made it to this point. So let's talk about the top 5 reasons why you should become a barber. Number 1, which is probably one of my favorites, it's the connections that you build through the barbershop. The amount of people that you meet. As long as you ask the right questions, you can find anybody and everybody that you need to accomplish anything that you want to do. And I literally mean that. That connection can last for years. You build friendships, lifelong friendships at that, even long after you cut their hair. There's been people that I still connect with now that still help me out, even though I don't cut their hair anymore. And that just comes with making sure there's a good balance. You know, one of the things that I do with my clients is I tell them, look, if I can't cut your hair in 4 to 5 times, just go find a new barber. And that kind of puts them at ease, but at the same time, I want them to also get the best haircut and find the best person that fits them. Number 2 is the flexibility you get with becoming a barber. Now, I know some might say that like, you don't have flexibility in being a barber because you got to be there and you're a busy barber, but you can block off your schedule to create the time that you need to maneuver in and out throughout the day. I do this now, but I didn't really do that in the past. Since my move to Texas, it's definitely been a little bit different. So, you know, being in a private studio, I'm able to get out the shop and go do my thing and not have to worry about anybody seeing me not there. When you're in a barbershop, it's probably best for you to be there, especially in the beginning, until you can build up a clientele just to make things easier. And especially as a shop owner looking at it, they want to make sure that you're there and that you're hungry. I'll make a separate video detailing what new barbers can do in the industry to grow and to build clientele and all the other things, and share a little bit about my story on how I built a clientele relatively quickly. Number 3 is the entrepreneur skill set that you build through this career. No matter how you look at it, a barber has an entrepreneur's mindset, or should have an entrepreneur's mindset. Now, does it start off that way? In some people's cases, it doesn't. In my case, it did. I was always used to selling candy in school. I was washing cars. I was always doing anything that I could to go get some money so I can go buy some candy, I can go buy some snacks. I mean, whatever it was, I went out there and hustled. Been working since I was 14, and then I was, you know, hustling before that. But I've always been an entrepreneur. But being in the industry and being like a subcontractor in a barbershop, you technically are your own boss. So you have to keep track of you. And that is like being an entrepreneur. You also learn how to build a business because honestly, you're around it. The person that owns the shop is there. He's helping you build. You're seeing things, like you're studying, like you're able to now take that same skill set. And if you did want to pursue something else, you can take that same thing that you learned and go into building something else. Same thing like for me, I'm in a private studio. I took things that I've learned in the last 7 years at a shop to go venture into my private studio that I use now. Number 4 kind of goes with being an entrepreneur, but it's just the opportunity to be your own boss. You really don't have that person over your shoulder telling you, hey, like, bro, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. Not saying that you shouldn't do things in a barbershop if you're in that setting, like sleeping up for people, helping out, you know, doing the laundry, whatever that entails for you to do in that shop should be listed in the contract you probably would have signed if you were a subcontractor. And that's just the legal way of doing things. Some people don't do it that way, and then the barbershop owner just expects you to do anything that he says or whatever the case may be. But a lot of things should be detailed in a contract so you know what kind of things that you're coming into. This way you're not blindsided going forward. Even when you're booth rent, you're in charge of yourself as well. So you want to make sure that you're doing your taxes and talking to your accountant and getting all that good stuff going, but that'll come in a later video because barbers don't really talk about taxes or accountants or lawyers or anything like that. And trust me, I wish I knew earlier. I wish someone would have told me earlier about this stuff because I'm still fighting a battle right now. Number 5, last but not least, is the money. The money you can make as a barber, I mean, it's just endless, to be honest with you. Now, at some point, you probably will cap out and you will feel like you're burnt out because at some point, you can only do but so many haircuts in a week, in a day. And, you know, you can take your haircuts $300 a cut, but now your clientele is super limited. Just depends on what kind of barber that you want to be. There's several different types of barbers out there. Just got to figure out which one is you. Look, I know everybody loves money. I love money just as well. I've been a 6-figure barber for the last 5 years. I moved to a new state, still was able to achieve 6 figures in my first year, building a clientele. And if you made it to the end of this video, let me know down in the comments if you would like to learn more about how I was able to become a six-figure barber. Just in general, and we can also talk about how I did it in my first year, being in a new state, being in a new town, 20 hours away from my hometown. So it's definitely been an interesting journey for me as well. But look, those are my top 5 reasons for why you should become a barber. And there's plenty more that I could talk about, but I just want to keep this video kind of short and sweet. Hopefully it's short and sweet. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. And I'm definitely getting on a little bit of a momentum swing right now, so I'm definitely trying to keep these videos coming. I'm thinking Wednesday, Sunday, at least 2 videos a week. I don't know what days yet. I'm not dead set on that, and I don't want to make that promise, but I appreciate you guys for watching once again, and I will see you guys with the next video.